Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning, everyone. Welcome to the semi-final of the National ICT Security Discourse Cyber Safe Challenge Trophy 2015. Our discourse is now in session. First, let me introduce the timekeepers for this session to you. They are Lee Jiamin and Luo Shuxian from IPG Campus Temenggung Ibrahim, Johor Bahru. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the panel of experts who will be judging today's discourse. Please give a big hand to Dr. Zahri Yunus, the Chief Panel of Experts from Cyber Security Malaysia. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Sazali Sukardi from Cyber Security Malaysia. Encik Malik Basri from the Ministry of Education Malaysia. Mr. Muhammad Shazril Helmi Samsudin, also from Ministry of Education Malaysia. Encik Chu Loy Yao from the Ministry of Education Malaysia. Mr. Sean Jordan from the British Aerospace Engineering. And Mr. Muhammad Fazril Azhar, also from British Aerospace Engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, the proposal for today's discourse is: advancement in social networking has created socially inept individuals. As a startup company, how do you propose to remedy this issue? To present and vie for the proposal for the semi-final of 2015 National ICT Security Discourse Cyber Safe Challenge Trophy in this final are, on my right, the team from Selangor. Representing Team A, the first speaker is Muhammad Faiq Najwan bin Muhammad Saiful Aman. The second speaker is Aisyah bin Nur Hisham. The third speaker is Nur Zurin Ashikin binti Muhammad Zulhaizan. The fourth member of the team, who is also the techno expert, is Ahmad Daniel bin Ahmad Zahimi. He is responsible to prepare slides of evidence or analysis of the team's proposal. Now, on my left are members of Team B from Melaka. The first speaker is Nur Shafiqa binti Muhammad Al-Shafiq. The second speaker is Ashaiwari, daughter of Mutavala. The third speaker is Nur Amira Shafiqa binti Eddie Shafri. The fourth member of the team, who is also the techno expert, is Nurul Afika binti Rumzi. She is responsible to prepare slides of evidence or analysis of the team's proposal. Ladies and gentlemen, the first part of this discourse is the delivery of each team's proposal. This will take 6 minutes for each speaker to present his or her ideas. Each speaker will speak alternately, starting with the first speaker from Team A. Then the first speaker of Team B will follow with her presentation, and this will be continued until the third speaker of Team B. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the floor, this year we will introduce a session called Enlightenment, and both teams will be given 5 minutes to prepare for this session. This session is a combination of reply speech with points of information. Any of the speakers may present their points. Both teams are given 10 minutes to present in this session. The enlightenment session will commence after 5 minutes to give them to prepare for their enlightenment points. The first team that will kick off this session is Team B. During the enlightenment, the first 4 minutes is given to each team to deliver a summary of their proposal. Then the bell will be rung once at the 4th minute and at the end of the 8th minute. In this duration of time, speakers from Team A may start asking Team B with their POIs, at least 2 POIs, and Team B must respond to the POIs given. Finally, the bell will be rung twice at the 10th minute to signal that time is up. This session will be continued with Team A. The panel of experts will ignore any points raised when the stipulated time is up. The last session will be the question and answer session. This is called You Have My Interest. This is considered a bonus round whereby the panel of experts may ask questions to each team. This session will last for 10 minutes. Now, without further ado, the semi-final of the 2015 National ICT Security Discourse CyberSafe Challenge Trophy will begin. I repeat, the topic for today's discourse is Advancement in Social Networking has created socially inept individuals. As a startup company, how do you propose to remedy this issue? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon the first speaker from Team A, Muhammad Faiq Najwan bin Muhammad Saiful Aman, to deliver his proposal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that 42% of online adults use multiple social networking sites? But before I begin, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the panel of experts, to the accurate timekeeper, to my other team, as well as to the members of the hall here today. So standing here as the CEO of Team A, I will provide to you the framework of our proposal. Next, my lovely CISO, Asha Bintu Nuisham, will provide to you 2 points. And third, my CIO, Nuzul Ashkin binti Zulhazan, will provide to you 2 substantives as well as a brief summarization of our proposal. So without further delay, I will begin speaking. Now, we would like to define these 3 important phrases. The first would be advancements, which is the development and evolution of technology in communication. In the old days, we used letters to communicate. Then we had the telegraphs, which was a revolutionary idea, which we could communicate from far distances. Third, we had the telephone, which was even better. But the problem with this is that it wasn't mobile. We couldn't take it everywhere we want. Then we had mobile phones, which solved the problem, but it was just a simple, we could only talk and message. And now we have smartphones, which can use social media, we can connect to the internet, as well as calls and messaging. So that's the second phrase that I would like to define is social networking, which is basically a medium where we virtually interact with each other. Now, the reason why social networking can create socially inept individuals is because of 2 things. Number 1, they do not convey human emotions properly. They don't show facial expressions. They don't show our emotions. Second is because they are virtual. They are not physically in a room together talking. So the topic here today is basically give a solution to decrease socially inept individuals. So now we have identified a major problem, which is that social networking has created socially inept individuals. So our scope here today is to our organization, to our company. Now, why we start at our company first is because we want to start small, so that we can ensure the effectiveness before we sell it to the public. For example, we take KFC. It is globally renowned franchise. But before it was that, Colonel Sanders, he sold his fried chicken just by the roadside, who then later expanded to become globally renowned. So the problem, the statistics shows that 39% of people, they spend more time socializing online rather than face-to-face. So the symptoms of socially inept individuals are, first, they do not go out very much. And especially in group conversations, they barely or they don't even talk at all. Now, the second symptom is that they don't know how to react or how to respond in a situation. They usually panic if cornered. And the third is that they have very few or they have no friends whatsoever, which makes them feel lonely. And the impacts of this will be to our company will be unproductiveness. Our company will be unproductive because socially inept individuals, they will have a hard time trying to give ideas in order to improve our company. So let me give you an example. If faced with a client, how socially inept individuals would react and how socially productive individuals would react. So we start first by socially inept individuals. They would usually have a hard time trying to speak out their ideas, which can cause the company's unproductiveness. And the second is socially product individuals. They can put words, they can speak their ideas, they can promote their ideas to companies. So our solution here today is to fight fire with fire, which is to create an app. Now the objective of this app is to make socially inept individuals socialize with each other, as well as they gain confidence, as well as gaining confidence. So the name of our app is Beep. No, don't worry, I'm not swearing. Beep stands for BIP, which is for Boost, Individual, Interaction, and Potential. So, but first I would like to say this. Our app is aimed at adults because there are the chances of adults meeting children. And maybe the adults are pedophilias, we don't know. So we want to prevent that by giving them to adults. So our app here today, how we get our money, how our fund is through MTDC, which is a wholly owned company by Khazanah Negara, who will give 100 to 150,000 ringgit to startup companies. So with that, I end my speech. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Muhammad Faiq Najwan. You've heard the proposal raised by the first speaker. Now let me invite the leader from Team B, Nur Shafiqa binti Muhammad Al-Shafiq, the first speaker to deliver her proposal.
He fed her cat food. Try and interpret this sentence. Now, many of you might have interpreted it as he fed the girl cat food. Like, really? Cat food? But ladies and gentlemen, it's actually he fed the girl's cat food. The real message that I'm trying to convey through this sentence is that with my facial interaction and gestures, then and only then you understood my message. So, if important information are conveyed through texting, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and many more, can that information be interpreted properly? This is just an overview of what we are going to talk about for today. But before that, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the Honorable Chairperson, wise and brilliant panel of experts, accurate timekeeper, my worthy opposition team, my persuasive team members, and last but not least, members of the floor. Allow me to introduce my team members and I. My name is Nur Shafika binti Muhammad Al-Shafiq. I am the president of this company. This is Asha Ashwari, daughter Mutapavalar. She's the vice president. This is Nur Amira Shafika binti Edi Shafri. She's the human resource manager. And that is Nur Afika binti Ramzi. She's the techno expert. We're from Malacca, and today we would like to propose innovative ways to remedy the issue of inept individuals due to the advancement of social networking as a startup company. Before we dive deeper into this unquestionably interesting topic, we must understand a few things first. Advancement in social networking means like from emails, we have Facebook, Skype, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Vine, Snapchat, and many, many more. How about social inept individuals? It means a socially awkward person. It's like something like having the disability in social interaction, and I mean real interaction, not Skype. So, startup company. It simply means a new business in the process of development. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the sentence earlier? Well, what I meant is social media and networking has caused us lack of facial interaction and gestures during communication. So, in order to overcome this lack of face-to-face interaction, my team and I has come up with a program. This program is devised in order to encourage people to have real and meaningful interactions, as well as avoiding social awkwardness due to the advancement of social networking. Our program is called BRB. Not be right back, okay? It's Build the Right Bridge. Our targeted group would be employees and employers. We chose this specific group because we have to tackle the company level first. They are the main pillars of a company. Ladies and gentlemen, all this leads to my first point, which is EYC through BRB. Understand that? EYC means Express Yourself Corner. Now, this corner has to be done in pantries, at offices, and anywhere else for that matter. This EYC must be carried out by the employer. Now, this employer has its own characteristics. For instance, this particular employer must be socially savvy. Socially savvy means whereby that employer has the ability to interact properly and influence staffs. Because remember everybody, to lead is by example. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you must be wondering, what can we do in this Express Yourself Corner? Well, it's got nothing to do with artistic skills, but we have come up with this. Dessert buffet. Shocked? Yes, we are using food to enhance social skills among employees. My team and I believe that food gives a common ground for people to start a conversation. Facial expression and gestures will surely come once a proper and quality conversation starts. If you would take a look at that, it shows that the National Geographic Channel's website has posted about how food connects us with that very interesting statement. So, we created something called Dessert Buffet. Now, this is where the employer will set up a table in the employee break room or pantry, or what we like to call an Express Yourself Corner. The employees will be asked to bring their favorite family dessert, but a week before that, lots will be drawn to select who's going to bring the dessert, as the activity only occurs once a week. The chosen employee should write up a short essay about why is it a family dish, where the dessert originated, like maybe from his great-grandmother from Pakistan, I guess, I don't know. At the end of the buffet, the selected employee will ask the other employees, including the employer, a short quiz about the desserts. So lastly, the employer will provide little gifts for the winner. How nice is that, ladies and gentlemen? If I were an employee, I'd go to work every day. I mean, who doesn't love free desserts, interacting with workmates, and getting gifts from employers? Not to forget, this EYC must be a gadget-free zone. I strictly mean no gadgets. This is to reduce the usage of social networks. By doing this dessert buffet, the employees can learn how to send information with proper facial interaction, and they will reduce their usage on social networking. I would like to justify that my team and I have started up a company, and we have created a program called Build the Right Bridge, and in that program includes my first point, which is Express Yourself Corner. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, Nur Shafika. Team A will now present their proposal. Please welcome the second speaker from Team A, Aisha binti Nur Hisham.
Bismillah. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Stuart Brown, who is the play researcher and also the psychiatrist, stated that how that gamification is now being popularly used in the social media. But before that, a very good morning, a bit to panel of experts and to all members of the hall. Today, I as the CISO are going to deliver a speech under the key phrase of application, and this will be elaborated in 3 levels of analysis, which is concept, characteristic, and appeal. So with that, I first start with concept. Concept of our application that we are proposing today is gamification, where educating through game. So how is this going to help socially inept individual, right? When we educating, this application of ours will educate this socially inept individual to socialize with other people through game. How so? In our application, we have group gathering. Group gathering where people that have same interests will gather and meet with each other through this application. And then this where this game is, where they make many group gathering face to face in the real world, they will eventually get social point. The more they make social gathering, the more they get social point. Who don't love rewards, right? So how is this going to work, right? This application of ours, the people who use this application will first register their name, log in, and then will state what are their interests. After that, they will check in to verify their location. Afterwards, the application will show groups that connected with their interests, such as I am as an inept individual, I want to socialize with other people, but I can't just go to social gathering just like that. So I need some medium to help me build my confidence. So I use the application. I really love anime so much. So I type my interest there, anime. And then there's a group of anime. So I start share my thoughts about the recent anime that exists, and then slowly, through the threads that I am going to explain later, we will start to have social gathering. We want to talk with each other, or example, we go to exhibition of anime, and with that, I will eventually build my confidence slowly. we can't just why we don't just make social gathering just like that? Why we make application? Because human, we need slowly, step by step, to change them. We can't just make them change dramatically. That's why we make this application. So this gamification of ours is already been applied in many business. In 2050, 50% of organizations are using gamification. So what we mean by this statistic is that first, this application of ours will, I confident and assure you that it will be spread the whole nation. How so? Because right now, there already have many company use this kind of thing. So this application can eventually spread, and this will help in an individual to socialize. Now, and with my concept, now I'll move on to the second level of analysis, which is characteristic. The major characteristic in our application today is connectivity, convenience, localization, security, and personalization. First, I will explain to you about connectivity. In this application of ours, we will have thread and newsfeed that will listed any nearby competition or any social gathering, so that it will help this individual to participate. When the more they participate, the more they will get their social point, and when they get their social point, they will get rewards, and eventually alongside with it, they could build their confidence to socialize with other people, and eventually we will decrease in that individual. Now I move on to the convenience, right? This application is really convenient, as first it could be accessed anywhere, and then it have many kind of characteristics that will help and support this application. Thirdly is localization, as we are going to check, as the user will check in with their application, and when they check in, they will know any members that nearby. When they know any members nearby, they will try to maybe start to meet them and try to talk to them. Even a hi is a sign of effectiveness. So I move on to the security, right? So in every application, we will need a very good security. So we are going to implement a multi-layered security, which will help eventually to secure first the personal data that are going to be signed up in the application. And also, we are going to secure our application from the misuse of it. And lastly, the personalization, as this application can be customized according to the interest of the user. So it will eventually encourage these people. So lastly, about the appeal of our application, which is group gathering, and we believe that this group gathering is the best, as we are going to make this group gathering through application. And with that, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. I will now call upon the second speaker from Team B to present their proposal. Please give a hand to Wari Mutafavala.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. A very good morning to the panel of experts and members of the floor. Before I begin, I wish you can recap the definition of advancement in social networking, socially inept, a startup company, and of course, our BRB program, built with the right reach. Our president has stated the first element in our BRB program, which is Express Yourself Corner. It is an effective way whereby workers can interact and share information as well as ideas with one another. So, ladies and gentlemen, I as the Vice President is going to propose you the other two elements in our BRB program. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the presence of social networking such as Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, and many more have caused a lack of conversational flow among employees and employers. Let's take a look at the statistic which was conducted by Lim Kok Wing University in Malaysia in 2013. This statistic clearly shows that instant messages has led to a disruption in conversational flow. For instance, words like bro, OMG, which are used in chats with friends, are brought to work, making that particular employees and employers socially inept and not professional. So, under our company's BPR program, I propose SECASI policy as my first point. Every company has their policy, and our policy is a friendly policy which should be applied and practiced by the employers and employees. The main objective of this SECASI policy is to make the employer and employees familiar with our daily life conversation. You must be wondering what on earth I'm talking about. SECASI? Is it a Japan language? Let me clear your doubt. The first letter S stands for smile. A warm smile is the national languages for interaction. The second letter is E for eye contact. C stands for converse. S stands for shake hands, while I for invite. This policy is easily applicable as these practices can make them to continue the conversation step by step. For instance, they can just start with a smile and greet them, followed by an invitation to have a meal. And these steps will just go on and they will not be socially inept. This policy is absolutely reliable and cost-effective because all the employers and employees need to use their body languages, gestures, and conversation, and all these come for free. That is why it is called costless. This policy can be implemented throughout the hierarchy of workplace. It starts from the front desk because their job is to interact with the clients, and followed by the other department in the company. By practicing this policy, they will find themselves more likely to initiate and sustain the conversation with others. Members of the floor, lack of meaningful communication has led to BPR program to come up with a new idea, which is my second point, the interaction mindset. The main objective of the interaction mindset is to enable the employees to interact with their colleague. In this interaction mindset, it will assign the inept employees to become a team leader and lead a particular task, and they will be given a recognition if they manage to bring up his team. A survey in Malaysia in 2014 tells that 70% of workers plan to leave their job because they were not given recognition. So, recognition is important to curb socially inept employees and employers. When a socially inept employee becomes a leader, he will take initiative to engage an intersection in his team, or else the team will not progress and they will not be given recognition. In order to obtain the recognition, he will develop the communication skills through his interaction mindset. The employees tend to change their inept social behavior and will become more comfortable in sustaining a meaningful communication as their desire to get recognition. This interaction mindset is absolutely practical as most of the companies in Malaysia are using the recognition as the main element to achieve a quality working company. So why don't we apply it to curb a socially inept employee? That is why we are very sure that conducting interaction mindset in BPR program is a good way to create non-socially inept employees. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude my speech today, I would like to emphasize that SECASI policy and interaction mindset under BRB program are the best ways, as we can clearly see the behavioral changes in terms of social interaction. Again, I would like to reinforce that our Build the Right Bridge program is a long-term run, So this CKC policy and the interaction mindset will slowly make our employees build up the interaction skills. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, Aisha Ishwari Mutu Pavala. The session continues with Nur Zurin Ashikin binti Muhammad Zulhaizan, the third speaker from Team A.
Subhanallah.
A very great plan will just remain as a plan without ensuring the effectiveness of that plan. But before that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. I bid to the panel of expert, chairperson and members of the floor. Today, I'm Nuzrin Ashikin binti Muhammad Zulhaizan. As a Chief Information Officer from Team A, will be providing you more substantive and the summary of our proposal. Basically, my substantive consists of two major parts. First is the effectiveness of our application and marketing. Move on to my first substantive under the key phrase of effectiveness. So I will be providing you the mechanism in our proposal that ensure the effectiveness of our BIP application. So first is group gathering. So we know the problem with the socially inept individuals is where they spend too much time on the social networking, especially with its advancement. Therefore, they will be awkward and will get nervous when interacting with people in the real life situation face to face. So, what is the root of this problem? Because they are lack of confidence. They feel themselves as not as they express themselves in the virtual. They feel themselves is different in the virtual life and the real life. Therefore, in our app, we have this group gathering mechanism where we encourage them to meet and interact with other people in the reality life. So, in our app, boost individuals' interaction and potential. So, how we're going to do this is when we already in our app we're going to have a survey where we're going to have a survey where these socially inept individuals will put their interest on what they like. Is it anime? Is it dinosaurs? Or is it maybe cars? So in this app, we'll locate all the people with the same interest and conduct a gathering. So this is to ensure that they will meet people and they will interact with people. So when in our app, they will have a gathering. So this gathering maybe will have a schedule, maybe once a month. And for the first session and maybe in the next session, maybe twice a month to be more frequently. So in this group gathering, they will sit together with the people with the same interest. Therefore, catering the problem of nothing to talk. If we offer food, if we bring fruit from home, maybe maybe individuals with strict diet cannot join this program. But if we gather people with the same interest, they maybe have a very interesting thing to talk. They have kept into themselves because of their socially inept. So maybe it will get very awkward on the first meeting as we think a new person, right? But in human nature, we have curiosity where maybe if we meet people, we say, at least, hi, like that. So this hi is a very good sign. It's a very good sign of a social interaction in the real life. So in this mechanism, we're not expecting a immediate output when in the first gathering we can already discuss ideas. It may take a few time, but it's worth it as they can counter their introvert problem. So move on to my second level of analysis under the key phrase of reward system. So in our application, we have a reward system. Why? Who doesn't love rewards? So this is to encourage the socially inept individuals to join more gathering. How? Is when after joining this gathering, they will be given points, social points, because they are socially interacting with people in real life. Therefore, this point can be collected in order to redeem prizes and rewards. So as an example, with bonus link card, Mesra card, J card. So this apply the same concept where we collect points to redeem prizes, rewards, and this reward in our mechanism will provide the reward according to their interest. If they have interest in anime, maybe we're going to provide coupon to an anime exhibition. So how to ensure the effectiveness is when these socially inept individuals will tend to join more gathering to get that thing, to get the interest, to get that offer, to get that reward. Therefore, it will ensure our effectiveness in our mechanism. So move on to my second substantive under the key phrase of marketing. So after ensuring the effectiveness in our company, we're going to share this idea and application to other companies. So as a startup company, we need so many models to enhance our company. Therefore, by marketing this application, it will benefit us. So throughout this, it will benefit three major parties, which is our company itself as a startup company, the socially inept individuals where they can cater the problem of their introvert and antisocial, and also other organizations. So throughout our proposal, we've told you that this will be carried out through our company first, then to other people, and we have a BIP application which is boost individuals' interaction and potential, and I've proven you the effectiveness of our application. For that, I will proudly to propose. Thank you.
Thank you, Nurzirin Ashikin. Now let us proceed to the third speaker from Team B, Nur Amira Shafika binti Edi Shafri.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning I wish to the panel of experts and members of the floor. As the Human Resources Manager, I will reaffirm the elements that we use in our BRB program, and then I would present another two elements that we use. And last but not least, I would summarize about our topic today. Ladies and gentlemen, the previous element that we use in our BRB program are propose advocacy and introducing the growth mindset program. These two elements are important because only through these two elements we can help the socially inept employee to continue their conversation step by step and also help them to build up the interaction skill. Members of the floor, let's continue with my points. Advancement of social networking has created socially inept individuals. According to moonlighthk.com, around 75% of Malaysian firms promote the use of social networkings among their employees. That is a high percentage, isn't it? Through this, we can know that there must be employees that are socially inept. Thus, our company will carry out the BRB program to remedy these socially inept employees. The objective of our program, which is the BRB, that we call as Build the Right Bridge, is to encourage a more real life and meaningful interaction, and also to avoid social awkwardness due to the advancement of social networking. Socially inept employees, usually they won't understand the social norms. Thus, we have come up with our solution. Under the BRB programs, we have come up with our new idea, which is the 3S. The 3S means that social support system. Social support systems here means having friends or other people to turn into time of needs, to give you a broader focus and a positive self-image. Through the 3S idea, this program will be carried out and managed by the Human Resource Department. This Human Resource Department will carry this 3S program with encouraging effective communication among team members, which is the employees. For example, we will organize birthday parties or any other important festival such as Hari Raya celebration, Chinese New Year celebration, and also Deepavali celebration. Through this celebration, we are sure that they will stay connected and they will talk and they will communicate through the gathering. This 3S will also help the socially inept employee to understand more about the social norms. Through this 3S, we will create socially balanced employees, and thus we can increase our company's productivity. Members of the floor, advancement in social networking has created a socially inept individuals. The employees who are socially inept usually tend to feel nervous in public, and they will usually frequently be avoided and ridiculed by others. That is why our company has come up with the 3S programs, which is the social support system. As I mentioned just now, this program will be carried out by the Human Resources Department. Through the 3S plan, we will set up recreational clubs in the firm, depend on the availability and the budgets. For example, maybe we can set up a badminton club, or maybe swimming club, or tennis club, or netball clubs. It depends on our company's availability and budgets. There will be indoor and outdoor games. Most of these games will not cost much. The benefit is there will be interaction taking place. There must be teamwork involvement. Right, you can't play the games by yourself, right? You must need your employees. You must need the teamwork. The objective of establishing these recreational clubs is not only to gather and to hang around, but it is actually to get them to know each other. There will be interaction taking place, even though with a small little saying like hi. With the establishment of these clubs, the socially inept employees will feel a sense of belonging. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, humans belonging and human needs to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance through their social groups, regardless whether the groups are large or small. Through this establishment of recreational clubs and conducting the activities frequently, the socially inept employees can take control of their nerves in the public and be accepted in the group. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude my speech, I would summarize the elements that we use in our BRB program. The first is to express yourself corner. The second is propose the SECASI policy. And the third is organizing the interaction mindset, and then organizing birthday party, as in encourage effective communication. And last but not least, establishing the recreational clubs. Our BRB program is a program that encourages people to have a real and meaningful interaction and to avoid socially awkward due to the advancement of technology, to advancement of social networking. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, Nur Amira Shafika. Ladies and gentlemen, and now 5 minutes is given for each team to prepare their enlightenment. The time starts now. Announcement, ladies and gentlemen, would the owner of JQW1084 kindly remove your car? I repeat, the owner of JQW1084 to kindly remove your car. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the floor, the enlightenment session shall now commence. The speaker from Team B will first deliver her enlightenment. Please welcome Nur Shafiqa binti Muhammad Al-Shafiq.
A very good morning, everyone. Now, to my opposition team, you've talked about the Beep app and your anime group and the effectiveness of it. Yes, they are interesting, but our BRB program is much more interesting and innovative. Remember the cat food sentence? Well, here's another one. I'm having my friend for lunch. I know you know I don't mean I'm going to eat my friend for lunch. So what I'm trying to prove to you is that misinterpretation of information can lead to chaos, especially in a startup company, because everything in a startup company is in a development stage. So that is why our BRB program includes the EYC in order to engage facial interaction among employees. A good example is our dessert buffet. It is a good way to let people interact with one another. The quiz section actually makes people to pay attention, and remember, this is a gadget-free zone. Our EYC is a one-time investment, but it is able to build the right bridge among employees and employers, which comes back to our motto. In our BRB program, we have also inserted Sakasi policy, which is smile, eye contact, converse, act, shake hands, and invite. This is an effective way because the employers as well as the employees will be familiar with our daily life conversation by practicing this policy. They will find themselves more likely to initiate and sustain conversations with one another. Sakasi fulfills the BRB concept as it gives a chance for employees and employers to greet each other whenever they are in an office area or they have to comply with the Sakasi. Other than that, interaction mindset is another element in our BRB program, and this will assign inept employees to become team leaders to lead a team in a certain task. Not only that, they will be given recognition, so that the employees will work hard to obtain recognition, and at the same time they will also take initiative to engage with their team members and have to interact, or else the team will not progress. During that duration, the employees will tend to change their inept social behavior to something comfortable in sustaining a meaningful conversation as their desire is to get recognition. Secondly, our interaction mindset. This fulfills the BRB concept because once again, it helps people to interact to achieve a particular goal. Our next plan of the BRB program is to encourage effective communication among the employees through organizing birthday parties and also important festivals. In this way, socially inept employees will understand the social norms much better. Thirdly, build the right bridge using effective communication helps both employees and employers. Our last plan in the BRB program is setting up recreational clubs for all employees and employers, including socially inept employees. Through frequent club activities, socially inept employees can control their nervousness in public, thus they can be accepted in the group. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, humans need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance among their social groups, regardless whether these groups are large or small.
May I interrupt?
Yeah, sure.
So in your proposal, you're proposing where these employees and employer will bring food together and sit on a table. But how can you ensure these socially inept individuals to attend that gathering? As they are not used in interacting with people in real life.
My dear Selangor team, thank you for that question. Well, you see, socially inept individuals, they're working, right? They're still in the office. I meant this dessert buffet happens during break time. So everyone must be there. So that's why they have to interact when, like I said, when they draw lots, if they get it, they have to interact. So this builds up their interaction skills. I mean, it's not hard, it's just good. So, thank you. I will continue with my enlightenment. That is why we will conduct this plan through established recreational clubs to make socially inept employees feel the sense of belonging. Believe in our BRB program because they are workable ideas which do not cost much, as both employees and employers can compromise with the cost. It works in both ways, and a social savvy leader is able to lead the example. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a conclusion, our BRB...
May I ask a question?
Yes?
All right, now you said that you are going to put socially inept individuals as leaders, right? So to handle assignments. Now, what if they can't handle the assignment? What if they can handle their responsibilities? Because they are socially inept, meaning they cannot handle situations. So if they're forced into a situation like that, so how could they handle this type of situation? Thank you.
I will answer that question. First and foremost, that is why we have the secrecy policy. That is where we will train the employees to communicate, shake hands, eye contact. We will train them from the basic platform. And after that, the generation Y, I did mention about recognition. The generation Y, nowadays, they are rather than working for money, they are working for recognition. So I'm really sure that because of that recognition, they will work hard. Although they are socially inept, they will communicate. However it is, they will communicate with their colleague in order to bring up their team, so that they will get the award and recognition and all that. Thank you.
Good question. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a conclusion, our BRB program is not only practical but also cost-effective and productive. Remember, socially inept individuals are not born with this socially inept characteristic. So, they can be trained to be socially balanced individuals through our BRB program. This program is absolutely the best way in order to make employees and employers put down their phones and log out their Facebook. For any program to achieve success, you must give it time. You must give it time to grow. Then you will see its benefits. Believe in our BRB program. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, Nur Shafika. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard the enlightenment speech delivered by Team B. And now, to end the enlightenment session, I would like to call upon Aisha binti Nur Hisham from Team A to present her enlightenment speech.
A very good morning, I bid to panel of experts and to all members of the hall again. So, we have arrived to the enlightenment session for Team A. First, I would like to I start our enlightenment with stating the problem that the Team A have proposed. We have stated about how that this inept individual, they have higher potential, and we want this to be contribute to our startup company. And because of why this inept individual have higher potential, but they do not know how to express because they have their personality restricted themselves. That's why we propose our application. Okay, so first, today, we really agree what have the Team B have proposed about how they want to make a program about the Be Right Back. But however, their program is actually mutually exclusive under our proposal too. Why? Because first, in their proposal, they have stated about how they want to make gathering and how they want to make gathering like buffet and so on, right? In our proposal, this can happen too. As if as the inept individual, I really like buffet, I really like dessert, so many dessert. But even though my company have made this program, I feel shy. And even though I am working at the company, still, however, I will have the problem to interact with people because one of the major characteristics of inept people is that they have hard time to express themselves. And that's why we have this application. I will use this application to say, oh, I really like this dessert. And then slowly I will convey my emotion. I will slowly to try interact through this application. And then when the other user will help me, and then we will make a group gathering. And that is why we say that our application is step by step. We try to build first the confidence and try to build how to interact with other people by using the application and then make the group gathering. And in our opinion, what have the team been proposing is actually what have the team been proposing is already exists in the status quo, like group gathering in the company, about how that they want to make buffet, and about recreational club. Almost all the company have already have this in their company, but still there is inept individual with them. And that's why we have this application, so that this individual can start slowly. And that's I assure you, I assure you that our application is really feasible. Move on. The team have also proposed about how they want to make a CKC policy, about how that they want this employee familiar with daily life conversation. Actually, this kind of thing can also happen in our application. Why? Because when they within their group interact with each other with their interests, that way they can familiar with daily life conversation slowly. Afterwards, they can make group gathering. And when they make group gathering,
Excuse
they
me,
can
can I
boost
ask a
their
question?
confidence. Okay, before I move on, yes?
How sure are you that when you gather your introverts clients together, you will be able to make them interact? Because they are already socially inept individual. Can you please clarify it?
I would like to answer that. So, as I already stated in my speech, where we will gather these socially inept individuals with the people of the same interest. I give you an example. If I have an interest in cars, so maybe I have a topic to talk about cars, about what is the newest cars, what's your favorite cars, compared to their proposal where they're proposing talking about food. What if that person is that it has a strict diet where they can't join this because of they're bringing dessert. Dessert are sweet. Therefore, in our proposal, the human nature have this our nature where we will at least say hi to break the awkwardness, and also these socially inept individuals have ideas but being condemned in themselves because of their personality problem. Therefore, they actually have so many ideas but did not comfortable to expressing it socially. Sambung.
After all, birds of a feather flock together. Through our application, this application will help to gather people with the same interest. With that, a bird of a feather will flock together, and then they will, with this quotes, it shows that how that when people with the same interest make a group gathering compared to a people who work together but actually don't have the same interest make group gathering. The comparison is that our team could ensure that these people could talk because they have the same interest. Eventually, they
Excuse
could
me,
talk.
can I ask a question? How can you...
Maybe can I have finished my speech first and then we'll
Okay.
give. Thank you. Sorry so much. So basically, our proposal with the making of application could help these people slowly convey their emotion. So finish? Yes. May I heard your question?
How can you ensure the safety issues of the people that you meet in online gathering, because people can, people can disguise them. Can you please clarify it?
Okay, may I please answer the question? Right. As I said before, our application is targeted to adults. In our company, we target adults in our company, 18 and above. All right? So they do not need to have consents from their parents. So this can prevent from adults having connections with children. So like say for example, you said pedophilia. So we want to prevent that. We prevent that.
And in addition, these adults can take care of themselves because they have already know what is the difference between good and bad. That is why we stated that this application for 18 years and above. And secondly, we started with the small group. If there's a problem, we will try to upgrade it by time so that it will be suitable for everyone. So lastly, I will try to state about the benefits the team B have already stated the benefits of their proposal. Yes, we are agree. But however, we believe that our proposal have bigger benefit. As first, our proposal is beneficial to whole company, not only to socially inept individual. How so? When we making this application, we first targeted to the socially inept individual in our company, and then slowly, when we believe that this prototype is the best, we will try to start selling this or marketing this, and eventually it will help. It will help this. It will help this group and eventually decrease the inept individual. And how can we ensure that this application will be used is that, look this, 18.9 million internet users in Malaysia, right? So basically, many of the Malaysians are using internet. So by having this social media, by having this application, they can use, the individual who are not in the company can use this application so that they could help themselves to build their confidence and can socialize with other people. So in conclusion, the whole topic for today about how that advancement in social networking that created socially inept individual, our team believe that we have successfully curbed the problem in today's topic. So with that, the team A, proudly propose our proposal. With that, thank you.
Is now given for the panel of experts to discuss questions for the next session. You have my interest. Now let us proceed to the core of the discourse. You have my interest. I would like to call upon any of the panel of experts who would like to seek clarification from both teams.
Okay. Morning, everyone. Okay, right. This is a question for Team A. It's very clear that the way that you address the problem is through the use of apps. Am I right? Okay, right. So my question is very simple. What about people who are socially inept without internet access? What will happen to them? Thanks.
I may answer that question. Okay, in the topic itself is advancement in social networking has created socially inept individuals, where the cause of these people being socially inept is the advancement in social networking, as we stated in our framework. Therefore, we propose to fight fire with fire, as we identify that the root of this problem is the social networking. So, what if? So, in our proposal, we propose that we're going to cater this problem with the root of the problem, which is social networking. Therefore, we propose an app which is a social networking medium, and this app will be used to enhance and to encourage them to socially interact in the real life. Thank you.
Okay, this question is for Team A also. Okay, listen. As a startup company, okay, your app is still unknown to many social app users, social media users. Okay, how would you make it viral so that as many social media users as possible are aware of this?
So let's look on the idea of Facebook by Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg initially started the Facebook as the Facebook Mesh in Harvard University while studying psychology and computer science. Initially, this Facebook application is only restricted to the Harvard students only, but after it was because it was a successful medium of social networking, it spread to Stanford University, Yale University, and also University of Columbia. And now we could see that this social networking is used by the worldwide. We can see how we want. In our proposal, we're proposing this step by step, where we're going to ensure the effectiveness in our proposal, in our company itself first. Then, as I told you, that we will market our proposal, we will market our application in to other companies and organizations. Therefore, it will spread, it turn into a viral to the whole wide world.
Any more questions from the POE? Okay, Sean.
Thank you. Is that on? Hi there. So, as a startup, you're probably going to be asked by your investors or somewhere to prove that there's been a return on the investment. So, what actual measures will you have to demonstrate a return on investment to your investors, and how can you maybe relate it back to monetizing your solution?
Can you repeat the question, please, as it was too long?
Yeah, no problem, absolutely. So as a startup, you're likely to have investors that are going to want to see, they're going to give you some money to support this app, to develop it, and they're going to want to see a return on investment from that money. And how do you show them a measure to prove you've been successful? That makes sense?
Well, the question is about ROI, return on investment. Certainly when you develop the application, you need to invest, right? So how does the investment bring back to your company? This question is on. CFO, any CFO that can answer these questions?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like we said before, right? We are starting small scale to ensure the effectiveness first, and then once we ensure the effectiveness of this app, then we later market it globally. So by making sure that this app is effective, and then most users, they will use this app, and we will be getting royalty from the users who use this app. So thereby we will also gain profit, and we'll get return investors. Sorry, what?
If I may add.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
So first, how to ensure the effectiveness for this investor to invest in our app developing. So first, we have told you on how we have a mechanism measure to ensure the effectiveness regarding group gathering and reward system, and we also have told you on how this system and this concept already apply in the status quo, such as bonus link, J card, which apply the same concept, and we would like to implement this in our app. And what is the return on investment, right? The return on investment is on how we told you that we're going to market our application after we ensure the effectiveness. Therefore, the risk could lower the risk of not effectiveness of the application. Therefore, after we promoting globally to other companies, therefore we will claim royalty for our intellectual property. Therefore, that is how the return of investment will happen. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Fazrin, you have questions? Go ahead.
Hi there. Probably one question to for your CISO. From a security point of view, you mentioned something about implementing a multi-layered security, right? Can you elaborate further? How do you ensure security of your personal customers' personal data when they subscribe to your application? What sort of data you're gathering, and then how do you prepare for to ensure there's no compromise of security?
Thank you for the question. So, the multi-layer security, right? Let me explain what kind of multi-layer security that we are going to apply. First is that we are going to apply about Data Protection Act, about how that we are going to protect this data from being hacked and so on. And how we are going to prevent it from hack, we are going to implement a few systems like firewall or maybe data encryption and etc. We will ensure this will be protected as in order to popularize our application, in order to have this in an individual, we must satisfy our customer. We must satisfy these users. So that's why we are going to protect the information about this user, and how we can. And we also will put IDPS about the intrusion detection and prevention system, where this IDPS will help detect and prevent any kind of intrusion that will happen to this protected data. And I believe that it will be effective because we have started with small company. We have started from the small scope. So by starting from the small scope, we can ensure the effectiveness. And if there are any loopholes in this security, we could enhance it. That's why we start with step by step, and then we will market it globally. And please be rest assured, we will protect your data.
Sazali, you want to say something? No. Time's up. Oh, time's up. Okay. All right. All right. Now we go to Team B. Okay, Ken Sazali.
Okay. The application that you propose may have security gaps, and the people who use that application might be the weakest link in security that can be exploited by criminal or hackers to attack your computer system. So knowing this situation, how you would address the security issues in your applications before you can connect that application into your computer networks.
To answer that question, first and foremost, we didn't propose any application. We propose the ways that we propose is express yourself corner, secrecy policy, interaction, mindset, encourage effectiveness, communication like having party and all that, and then set up recreational clubs. That are the ways that we propose this now. But to answer your question, to prevent the hackers from hacking the...
I just want to rephrase my question.
So,
your solution is to address the issue of socially inept workers. And maybe these employees are using social network that can be vulnerable. So knowing the vulnerability of social network, do you allow your employees to use social media in your office that are connected to your computer networks?
Okay, to answer that question, in our company, we can have a policy. It is called as Clean Desk Environment Policy. This Clean Desk Environment Policy is about the workers, the employees cannot bring any electrical gadgets or electrical devices to their working area, so that they tend to charge their handphone using the USB wire into your using the computer office. So this this can, the data leakage can be happen there. So this clean desk environment is to prevent the employees from bringing any electronic devices to their working area. But we didn't say that they cannot bring any electrical devices to their office. They can bring, but they have to use at the gadget-free zone, like maybe at designated place in an office. So they can only use their devices at the designated place to prevent any data leakage. That's all from me.
Okay, just one question. How do you determine the effectiveness of this thing that you are proposing?
We are very sure that our proposal is effective. For example, our first proposal in the BRB program, we are using the Express Yourself Corner. We already explained to you how Express Yourself Corner is being used in our company. To ensure effectiveness, I can give you proof. For your information, Hong Leong Bank are using this Express Yourself Corner few years ago. They're using it like in a game, playing a poison ball game, where they play the games, and when the music stop, where the ball is at, then the people have to answer the question. So we can ensure, we can adapt and adopt this. So that is why we are very sure that our proposal today, which is BRB, is really effective. Thank you.
So probably one more question from me.
Okay, Fazil, go first before we go to Mr. Chu.
Right. You mentioned that this concept, or so-called approach, requires us to invest some time and put some trust, right? So what do you require before this program can be executed? Do you need to do a research or study on the current environment of the company? And what are the top 3 things that you may require upfront before implementing this program?
We will do some research, in our companies. I mean, it's not limited to our companies. Every companies in this world have the research and development department. So through this research and research and development department, we can do a research. As a startup company, we must do research. That is the first thing. The second thing that we need to do the research is we need our clients' data background. We need to know their privacy, because that's the only way we can ensure our effectiveness. Then the third thing is the environment in our company. We will ensure our environment to be secured. If we want to attract clients to our company, we have to make sure that it's secure, reliable enough, so that client can invest in our company. That's for me. Thank you.
Okay, this is a question. Yeah, just a startup company, new. Okay, yeah, new. All right. How are you going to convince companies to use your program, okay, when they already have their own internal social gathering programs, like Hong Leong already have, okay? They have their own internal social gathering for parties, birthday parties, anniversaries or whatever. So how are you going to convince them to pay you, your startup company, to handle a program like that in their own companies? Thank you.
Question is, okay, firstly, the first thing we need to do is our company, our employees, our employers have to do the elements that we propose. When we do the things that we propose, other companies will convince, they will see the outcome. When, this company use this, it has a great outcome. So I have no doubt to invest with the company. So the main key here is our company, our employees, our employers must adapt and adopt, must follow what we have proposed, so that other companies can really convince to buy the things that we propose. Thank you.
to add on that solution. That is why we have proposed the BRP program. So this kind of scarcity policy that has not been implemented. So as our targeted audience that we mentioned, employees and employers. That is why we target these employers and employees instead of clients. We want to approach this solution to the employees and employers that they can propose this program to other companies to convince them to invest our company. That's all.
Time's up, is it? Time's up, or do we have time? Time's up. Okay, all right. Actually, I have one question. Never mind. Okay, I pass back to the chairperson to conclude our, discourse this morning. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard the presentation and response from both teams. I would like to invite the panel of experts to adjourn to the Secretariat Lounge to confer on the winning team.